This week's episode of iFanboy is brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Enter coupon code iFanboy to get 10% off anything you buy. Domain names, domain hosting, whatever your little heart desires. Head over to GoDaddy.com to grab your own piece of the internet.
This week on iFanboy, comic books.
Just in general.
Who knew?
Hey, welcome to iFanboy. This is the video podcast from the comic book discussion site, iFanboy.com. I am Josh, and
I'm Ron.
That's right.
I'm Conor, and
That's right too.
This is.
You know our names.
Sometimes it doesn't go correctly.
Not so much.
And I end up being Bob.
And then we have to pretend the whole episode he's Bob.
Just because they can't spell your name right doesn't mean it's not you.
I'm not angry.
So what we got this week?
Well, every week we do our audio podcast. We talk about all the new books, everything that's new that week, and things we liked and didn't like. We never really get a chance to talk about old stuff we've got read years ago, stuff on our shelves in our vault. So we thought we'd do some old comic book reading.
Yeah.
And talking.
Pull one off the
old
shelf.
comic book talking.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, why don't you kick off the talking?
All right.
The old-fashioned talking.
The book that I've never brought up on the show or anywhere else, because I was looking through my stuff, I was like, what can I talk about that I've never gotten into? Is this book, My Monkey's Name is Jennifer, by Ken Knudsen.
Who's the publisher of that?
Slave Labor Graphics.
Okay.
This is a book that I'd heard of somewhere on the web, kind of, and forgot about it, as you do many times, because every day you look on, Newsarama, and there's like, this book's coming out, and this book's coming out.
I only use the web for porn. They don't talk about a lot of comics
Brutal
there.
honesty at iFanboy. That's what you get every week.
Without porn, we wouldn't be here.
Surprised I'm here right now.
I've lost my
porn
train
I
of
gotta be
thought.
looking
So I'm walking around the San Diego Comic-Con a couple of years ago, and I see this book, and I kind of, it jogged a little memory with me, and I thought, I think that sounded like a good idea, and I picked it up, and I thumbed through it, and Ken Knudsen, the writer, artist, creator, was there at his table, and he was surreptitiously drinking vodka shots all day.
That's awesome.
Like, he had
What time is it?
Didn't matter. The con runs like
I know, that's
10:30 to 6.
I really feel like if I was at a con and I was a creator, I'd have to do that.
No, he had like a little stack of Dixie cups, and he would ask people, like, would you like some vodka? He would drink vodka with them.
I know nothing about this book, and my opinion just went up a little.
Yeah. I've seen him do this several years. I bought the book one year. We bought some art prints the next year from him that he signed. Still drinking.
Nice.
I assume he got a new bottle, too.
That's fantastic.
Should have spill a little on the print.
This book, it's a black and white book, and it's got, it's sort of very roughly, but very delicately rendered, and it's got, the feeling is sort of flying off the page. It's about...
Why don't you tell us what this story is?
It's told from the point of view of a pet chimpanzee, who's not actually a monkey, who is a male chimpanzee, and he is the pet of a little girl, Caitlin, who likes to dress him up like a girl and have tea parties with him.
Nice.
And so basically, the book is, in very large part, the inner monologue of the monkey, which is to say...
Banana.
I can't wait till I get my fucking claws back. When they grow back, I'm going to kill this child. I am a raging ape monkey beast. And they can't
really
do
good.
this to me. And then it goes off into some, what you might call comic cliches, although I don't know if these are sort of where they came from, but pirates and ninjas arrive. And
I'm pretty sure Pirates and Ninjas did not come from this book.
No, I know that, but like a few years ago, remember it became in vogue on the
Right.
web among comic
Still.
community to talk. Right, still is. So some pirates kidnap the girl and
So it's less
ninjas
comic
or
book
something
cliches
like
and just cliche in general. It's just pop culture
yeah,
cliche.
pop culture cliches, but it is well done.
Yeah.
And the monkey
I
sort
would
of
think you couldn't get this much book out of just tea parties. And
Well, it's a lot of that book is just inner simmering monkey rage,
that's awesome.
which is kind of fun. But basically, like the little girl gets kidnapped and the monkey has to go, take
Save
her.
her.
The story. It's not so much about the story, but it's a great book. I don't know if the dude's ever done anything else or not. It's fantastic. Very recommended. It's very funny. It's definitely black humor.
Cool. Very cool. I'll check that. Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, I've seen it around
That's
your library, but I never.
From the vault.
That's from the vault. That's what
From
it
the
is.
vault.
Well, what I pulled off my shelf to talk about today was Smokin' Guns by Kirsten Baldock and Fabio Moon.
I've never heard of that. I don't know what that
Who's
is.
the publisher of that?
It was actually published by AIT Planet Lar.
What
out of San
year is that
Francisco. 2005.
Okay, this one's 2003, I think.
So, and what this is that this is similar to My Monkey's Name is Jennifer, a little black and white, kind of indie kind of book. It's one, this is it. It wasn't issues collected or anything. It's a graphic novel. And what it's about is about a overly ambitious cigarette girl
It's in this world where
what is a cigarette girl?
Cigarette girl is a girl, and they still have them in some cities where they're not strippers because they're dressed, but they're dressed scantily clad, and they sell cigarettes. And
out of like the box.
Out of the box in
with
front
the
of
straps,
yeah, type thing, and they'll light you the cigarette.
Like at boxing matches.
Yeah,
you see
kind of
those
thing,
girls
yeah.
and.
I've never been to a boxing match.
Have you seen a movie with a boxing match where they got this?
So, and what happens is that apparently this city that this takes place in is set up into different districts, and
Does it take place contemporary?
Yeah, it's contemporary.
Well, it's also
but
kind of noirish too.
It's very noirish, but it's also like all the cigarette girls are armed. They all have guns.
The cigarette girls are the gangs. The territories that are run by the cigarette girls, they are
So
very.
like in Sin City?
Yeah,
But not that.
Not
Except
as
they're
noir.
not whores.
Right, yeah, exactly.
It's also a little funnier than.
Yeah, there's a lot of humor to it, and what happens is that this cigarette girl starts selling cigarettes outside of her district.
So it's a cigarette girl war.
And pisses off the other cigarette girls, and then basically it's very similar to The Warriors, that movie, where basically she just has to get back to her district, and she ends up taking out all the other districts at the same time. It's a lot of fun, very over the top, a lot of violence, a lot of guns. So over the top that it's not realistic, but like in that it's not shocking. It's realistic, but it's not like she gets in the very beginning, one of the other cigarette girls in another district shoots at her and actually shoots a bullet hole through her heel, and that's what starts her whole rebellious things. Like, you don't shoot my shoes.
Mm-hmm. It's written by a woman.
It was written by a woman, yeah,
which is rare enough in itself.
Exactly.
In the comic book world.
And written, I believe the author actually worked as a cigarette girl, so she's got a lot of point of view from the cigarette girl kind of world, which is pretty cool. It was awesome. It really came out of nowhere. Fabio Moon's art was really cool. Kind of plays with lights and darks really well. Really drew it with black and white in mind. So
yeah,
it's one of those like over the top.
Yeah.
Like, tough girl stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is very cool. So.
I would say that has something in common with my book.
Yeah, a little bit.
My Monkey's Name is Jennifer is definitely over the top.
Right.
It was like brushed like angrily.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's
nice.
I don't like this. Probably hold his brush like this. So let's see. You guys had the over-the-top contemporary black and white books.
By the way, when I had this show idea in mind, I thought maybe we'd talk about some not superhero books. Conor comes with a
I didn't realize that was criteria.
I didn't know that was a rule. Yeah.
No, I didn't say it to you. It was funny.
Although there's some theme here.
Yeah, my From the Vault book is Batman Holy Terror, which is from 1991. DC used to really pump out Elseworlds books, and they really don't anymore. I think there's an official corporate policy they don't do them anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
That's tragic.
I believe so.
Are you serious, DC? Stop that. Bring them back.
Dan Didio.
Yeah.
Elseworlds books were they take contemporary characters,
know everything.
usually Batman, and they put him in a new scenario, a new world. They put Batman in Jack the Ripper time. Well, they've got this right here. I'll just go ahead and read it. Elseworlds Heroes.
I thought he was going to read it silently. I'll just go ahead and read it.
Page 1.
That is a good one. Heroes are taken from their usual settings and put into strange times and places.
Yeah, that's
a
great premise.
The first one I remember was Gotham by Gaslight.
Gotham by Gaslight, where Batman's in the
before he was
Jack the
Mike
Ripper
Mignola.
time.
Well, he was still Mike
England.
Mignola. He just wasn't Hellboy. Mignola.
No one knew who he was. It's Mignola.
Right. The setting for this book is Gotham City in the United States, but in the United States that lost the Revolutionary War to England.
Cool.
So it's almost V for Vendetta like. It's very totalitarian Christian state now.
Apparently, if England ever had the chance to go off the rails, they would just lock everyone down.
Yes.
Pretty well. They want to. They want to.
There's cameras everywhere there.
And the thing with these Elseworlds tales is usually it's a prestige format book, so they can't really go in depth. But it's Batman's becoming Batman in this world where Bruce Wayne is a priest.
Oh.
His parents are killed, but the government covers it up because the government's totalitarian, and he gets angry, and it's more fighting the government than fighting crime. And you come to find in the book that the Justice League, all the people in the Justice League have been captured by the government. Like they have them held in cages. Like they've got Barry Allen in cages.
The Flash.
They've got Aquaman. Well, they're not superheroes. They're just the civilians. They've got Barry Allen. They've got Arthur Curry. They've got Clark Kent, who they killed with kryptonite. They just got his body, and Zatanna and they're all in there, and it's basically.
She's really not on the same level as the other three.
She's actually been around for a long time.
Yeah, she's a big gun.
She's been around for like 40 years.
Yeah.
So
go home and ask people if they know who Zatanna is, though.
That's true.
That's
she might not be.
Both in the comic book world.
Yeah,
But basically, the story is Batman taking down the program that killed his parents. There's a sect of the government.
And who's the team on this?
The team is now Alan Brennert.
Brenner?
Brennert. I don't know much about him.
Never heard of him.
But the art's by Norm Brayfogle, who I consider to be the all-time best Batman artist.
I'm a
He
big
is-
Brayfogle fan.
He's my first. Like when I
Aw,
first
you
started.
always remember your first.
When I first started reading Batman, he was doing Detective, and Jim
Yes.
Aparo was on Batman.
Yeah.
And I always really liked Brayfogle
always
because
remember
it was.
He is, I think, the best Batman artist.
Although the costume in Batman's costume.
Well, I mean, they play around with the costumes in the
not
Elseworlds
so
books.
good. Admittedly,
but-
it's 1991. I don't
Right.
blame it on Brayfogle.
No, but
I
Because
think
he
it
can
was-
do no wrong.
I think it was his art was very.
it's very kinetic. There's a lot
It's
of
kinetic,
movement to
but
it.
which was also sort of ahead of its time at that
Yes.
point. In the early '90s, late '80s, they were still very close to the. I would say the George Perez style, where it was sort of realistic,
Everybody's solid.
a little stiff.
Rounded muscle. I mean, everybody here is very angular and it's very kinetic.
Since then, it's gotten a lot more stylistic in the fact, like the pages sort of flow and they have energy and a direction to them. Even you can see on his cape, like it swirls
It
up and around.
kind of points in the corners and.
I'm glad that era is over. By the way, the pointy Batman shoulder era. Oh, that's true.
I mean, I think it's a damn shame he's not really drawing regularly.
It's a
anymore.
damn shame, I agree. No,
Didn't we see him
Brayfogle
at a
was
con that he wasn't?
great. And didn't he email us? or something?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not really working anymore, which
Yeah,
is
he's great.
Which is, I mean, I would put him on a Batman book right now. He's better than I think he's better than the guys they've got currently working on the Batman books.
Wow, bold.
Don Kramer.
And
Sort of,
rotating on Detective.
And well, he is on Detective. Who
Yeah.
knows? It could be different by the time anyone sees this.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I love the Elseworlds book. I didn't even know this one existed.
I missed the Elseworlds, but I was looking also through my books to find what we're going to talk about, and I have like this whole section of Elseworlds books and they're a lot of fun. I mean, there's the Batman where the Elseworlds tale, what if Bruce Wayne got the Green Lantern ring instead of Hal Jordan, and there's the Superman Red Sun, which is a
that must
classic.
have been one of the last ones then.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
yeah.
recent.
And that's a
Mark
great story.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah,
It's almost like
another episode.
You know, it's a really good one. Is the Nail.
Nails,
Alan Davis.
awesome one.
We can do a whole episode on Elseworlds.
Sorry, I'm getting off track.
Focus. So, all right, cool. Well, you should go check these books out if you haven't ever read them. We'll post the links up on our site so you can check them out and maybe buy them yourselves if they're still in print. I think they are.
You can send us an email if you'd like to talk about these books, or you've got another idea, or you have questions about books you might want. You send it to contact@ifanboy.com.
You can call us at 1-888-FANBOYS, which is 326-2697. You can leave us voicemails about this or anything.
Yeah, and don't forget to head over to ifanboy.com where we got some great discussion, and also we got our Pick of the Week weekly podcast where we review
Talk about the current books.
Yeah, exactly. So something that's worth.
Come here for the older books, go there for the newer books.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk about older books there. Depends on what's in the letter. So send those letters, and we all benefit because we get content. Otherwise, we wouldn't know what to talk about.
Don't tell them that.
So we'll see you next week. I'll dip my balls in it.
This week I found we were dipping our balls in it. Yeah.